Well, the database that was here at Slack was used by people around the world, but with great difficulty because they had to have an account on the mainframe. So when I was at CERN in September 1991, and Tim Berners-Lee dragged me into his office to show me, give me a demo of the web. When he at first I wasn't very interested, but when he demonstrated doing a query to a help system database on a mainframe, I immediately put two and two together and says, well, if you can query a help system on a mainframe, you can query a database on a mainframe.
I mean, did you write it from the protocol, or was there software that you reused to make your first web server?
Well, I used the CERN server software, which was written in C. Unfortunately, we had a C compiler on the mainframe at the time. It was December 12, 1991, we installed our web server, and we informed Tim Berners-Lee that day to give it a try. The big boost came about a month later in January in southern France, where there was a workshop on computing topics for high energy and nuclear physics. And at that workshop, Tim Berners-Lee had a plenary talk. So he gave his hour-long talk to about 200 physicists from around the world. And as part of his talk, he gave a demo. And at the very end, and most people, I think, were bored most of the time. I mean, the worst thing that software people want to think about is documentation, and he was pitching documentation. But at the end of the talk, he connected to the Slack web server and made a query. And that really dropped a lot of jaws, because everybody knew the database. Everybody knew how hard it was to access. Okay, and here he just clicked away, typed in a few things for the query term, and bang, the results came back nicely formatted. So, the way I say it, the interest in the web went from about 20 people to 200 people in that hour. Okay. Now those 200 people went back home, and if each one of them told 10 people, then within a week the interest in the web grew to 2,000 people. So that was the big turning point, and I think Tim recognizes that that was really the kickoff.